US not long ago, but it has always been like my dream to get here. It's like I knew since I was little that I was meant to be here, and I think all of this is working, with a bigger picture that I don't see fully yet, but I'm getting there. So today I decided to talk about a personal experience. Many people may not know this, but I haven't always been this joyful and this confident and this happy. I've had a very dark moment in my life where I was depressed, I was suicidal, I wanted to die a couple of times, and I hated myself a lot. So today I'm going to talk about it and explain how I was able to get out of it and reclaim the authority of my life, and recreate myself into the amazing person that I'm going to become. So the purpose of this message for me is I want to let everybody know that the way you are, if you don't like it, you can change. You can recreate yourself. You don't have to stay in that state thinking that it's impossible for you to be who you want to be. You actually can do it. And that's why I decided to talk about it. Little disclaimer, there might be some curse words in what I'm going to say because it's like personal thoughts, personal writings that I'm going to share with all of you. It comes from the depth of my heart. And let's begin. So, a little backstory. I am from Burkina Faso. It's a country in West Africa. And my father is from Congo, DR Congo. My mom is from Burkina, and they met through church, like everybody knows, and I was born. And this amazing man here is the one who actually witnessed my mom into the church. So thanks to him, I'm alive. Growing up, especially in Africa, child abuse is something that's regularized, You would get beaten, sometimes for things that you don't do, and then you don't have a say in it. And your parents rarely show affection to you, like even hugging you. I think I can count how many times my dad hugged me since when I was growing up. And when you do something, the first response is beating you and just telling you awful stuff about yourself. And I didn't realize at the moment what impact it had on me, because I realized that the more my parents were harsh on me, the worse I was getting. They were always telling me stuff like, what kind of child are you? You're so dumb. Other kids grow up and they become smarter, and then you just get dumber and dumber, and at first I didn't really realize what was going on, but this kind of built me in becoming this person who doesn't believe in herself, and this person who just thinks that she's the worst, because I've always been told that I was the worst, being judged by my parents, being judged by the community and everything. It wasn't easy. And when I was in this dark hole of depression, I just started questioning, why? Why is this happening to me? Why do I feel that way? I want to be better, but why can't I do it? And I started writing. So to get you to a little bit understand where I was in 2022, November exactly, I'm going to read some of my journal entry. I think I've reached a point of my life where I start questioning the direction my life is taking. I feel like I'm stuck. Procrastination is one of my problems. I know that if I do everything I wish I was doing, I would be at another level. People see me as successful, but right now I feel like a loser. I'm broke, I have hidden depression, I'm overweight, I don't do blip to get out of it. I'm also an addict, I am lazy as blip. All I do is buy stuff online, sleep, eat, poop. I'm pretty sure my husband worries about me. He wants me to succeed, but now I'm just a big fat couch potato. So annoying. I need to do something. I have to accomplish something. I am not saying that my childhood is responsible for all my issues, but it is for a big part of it. I can't keep up with a healthy routine. I have been effed up by all the workshops I've been forced to participate to. I wonder if it's possible to succeed without having a healthy routine. I can't follow my own schedules. I can't keep up with working out or a diet. I always give up when I'm almost done. I lose interest in the things I decide to do or learn. What the F is wrong with me? Even just applying for graduate school, I couldn't do it. The only thing keeping me sane right now is my marriage. I wish I was a morning person. I wish I was productive and active person, but I'm lazy AF. I have a hard time to stay focused on one thing just for 1 hour. I don't even know what being in the zone feel like. I want to experience being in the zone. I need the limitless pill to be proactive. I wish I had a flat tummy, small waist, but I'm fat. People always asking me if I was pregnant pisses me off. So this is where I was 2 years ago. And when I started asking myself all those questions, it led me to really dig down inside of me and find out what the issues are. Asking the right questions and deciding that I want to be different. That was the beginning for me of being awakened. And at the beginning of this year, I was completely still depressed, sad, and not feeling good in my skin. I even had a miscarriage. And when that happened, I was really sad. I was crying all the time. But something happened. After all of this suffering, it's like I felt this love out of nowhere that came, and it's like I was high on God's love for like 2 weeks or something. And I just felt peaceful within me. I was even able to forgive myself for some things that I was feeling guilty about in my past. And that led me to start, okay, I can feel happy. It's possible, right? I don't have to be sad all the time. I don't have to be depressed. I don't have to feel like this. I can be happy. This is possible. That led me to start thinking, oh my God, I can be like that all the time if I want to. And I started pursuing that state of being happy and love and just feeling the connection with everybody. That was the state I was in. And I kept journaling. Even though it fades away when you don't really know how to, rebalance yourself, I didn't stop pursuing it. I was just focused on it. You can ask my husband is like, I was obsessed with it. Like obsessed with how can I really get to where I want to be? And that led me to start digging and getting rid of all the trauma, healing from all the trauma, forgiving all the people that I need to forgive, especially my dad, because my relationship with my father was very, very complicated. It's limited. I hated him, to be honest. And I never felt close to him. And one day, we had an argument over the phone. That's still when I was after my love feeling phase. And after we had that argument, we were really angry at each other. And after that, I started questioning myself. I was like, why, whenever my dad says something, even if it's a good thing, it can be like a good advice, it can be something that's nice, but when I receive it, it's like, I can't accept it, And that led me to start thinking about memories with my dad. And while I was remembering, all the things that I could remember was just my dad beating me, my dad telling me how bad I was, just being rejected from him. Even whenever I was attempting to be close to him, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. I can't do that. And just me being alone all the time and not even feeling like I had a dad. And I was miserable when I found out that I was just in tears. I was crying, and it was like a battle in me. One side was, you have to forgive, you have to move on, this is weighing you down. And the other side was, no, you can't, it hurts you too much, it's too painful. But when I decided to let go, I'm like, okay, I'm going to forgive. And the first person I wanted to talk to was my dad. I called him, I I told him that I've never felt close to you. I've always felt rejected by you. You were never there. And when you were there, you were the meanest person to me. When on all the things I wanted to do was just being close to you. But today, I forgive you. I found the strength in my heart to forgive you and let go of all the past and start from, from scratch. And today I want to tell you that I love you. And he was touched by it. He didn't know how deep the trauma was. And he was just in tears. And after that, I started getting closer with my dad. And now I can't wait to go back home and create new memories with him, to erase the old memories of the suffering and then the pain. Because I want to get to know my dad, who he is. And in that quest, I started asking him all kinds of questions. Like, Dad, why were you so like that? And he was like, that's the only thing I knew. It's the only thing he knew. He grew up even worse than I did. His parents were even more stricter than he was with me. He even told me one time that his dad used to bury him in the ground as a punishment. And that's when I understood, okay, that's where he comes from. That's why he treated me that way, because it's the only thing he knew. He didn't know better. He thought that was the way it was supposed to be, but it wasn't. So understanding that led me to see my dad with another eyes, not only with the scope of the trauma, but as a person he is from within, a person who's really loving, but he's scared of showing that emotional affection because he thinks that makes him weak. I understood that, and I'm working towards really getting him to let go of all the trauma. I've decided that I'm going to heal my dad, because if I don't do it, nobody's going to do it. So, right now, I'm at the point where I just feel like I'm great, I'm happy. I've reconnected with music. Even music was also another trauma, because my dad also is a musician. He didn't want me to pursue music because of how his parents treated him about music when he was little. He was basically doing the same thing to me without even being aware. And me deciding to forgive him led me to reconnect with my artist self. And I started loving myself, really loving myself. Because before, I didn't love myself at all. When I say love myself, it's not just dressing well and, eating whatever I want to eat. And it's being very aware of what is good for me, what is loving to me, and embracing it. For example, I eat healthy now because I want my body to be healthy, because I love myself. I dress well because I want to be presentable, because I love myself. When I look at myself in the mirror in the morning, I say, I love you. At first, it was really hard. It was so hard to look at myself and say, I love you. But the more I kept doing it, the better I became. And even the voice within me that was always belittling everything that I was doing, telling me that I was not good enough, telling me that I was not talented enough, shifted. This voice is now telling me stuff like, you're great, you can do it, you got this, okay? And it's great. So I feel like everybody has the power to do it. We all have that power. That pure love that comes from the creator of the universe, that comes from the source of life. We all have this in us. So if we believe in ourselves, we can achieve big things, really big things. And when I realized that, I wrote this stream of consciousness, just didn't even think about it, and it came out great. And I think I want to share it with you. So it goes like this. Hey Hakwa, how's it going? I'm going great. It's been a while. We've been going through the change process. Everything is now moving forward. We are understanding how this life works. We didn't know how to be happy before. We thought that money was going to make us happy. We were so wrong. We have to make our own happiness. We decide that we're tired of sadness, anger, guilt, depression, and we made the decision that we won't be those things anymore. And since then, we are happily working on becoming creators instead of victims. Even the universe is sending us signs that we are on the right path. We are no longer pessimist and negative. We are optimistic and positive. We are grateful. We are happy. We are connected. We love ourselves. Finally, we pay less and less attention to worries and more attention to manifesting the life that fits our purpose. We no longer feel sorry for ourselves. We feel proud of ourselves. What a journey. It feels like it's now that our life starts. We are gradually gaining clarity and certainty. We are now able to see past the trauma and the suffering. Life is great. We are one. And we seek a connection to the source of our existence, the pure unconditional love that is within ourselves. We can feel that we're getting closer and closer, and we can't wait to be in contact and remember what home feels like. We are in the making of a new Hakwa, a Hakwa that is talented, creative, fearless, courageous, loving, compassionate, abundant, wealthy, humble, caring of ourselves and others. Most importantly, we have understood that true happiness comes from within. We have understood that the power within us is infinite, and we have understood that we can create out of nothing. We have understood that nothing is the source. We have to be nothing to finally be our true selves. Pure consciousness. Isn't it great? We have a feeling that we are unstoppable. We are so optimistic of life's great opportunities for us to fulfill our mission. We are great. We are great. We are love. We have awakened. We have awakened. What a great time to be alive. The best is to come, and it will keep coming.